Hello everyone. In today's video, we are going to talk about learn Python quickly with ChatGPT. Myself Mohammed Zubair, and this channel is all about showing you how to become a highly paid IT pro really fast. So without any further ado, let's get started. Well, those of you who do not know what ChatGPT is, well, it's an AI-based tool that interacts with us in a conversational way. You can ask anything to it and it will respond back in a conversational way, or you can understand it like you are talking to some person. But in this case, there will be a machine answering all of your queries. So we'll see that how we can use this particular AI-based tool to learn Python. You can use Python for data sciences, you can use Python to create different applications, different programs, or even you can use Python for different scripting. So we'll see all of these scenarios and we'll see up to how much extent ChatGPT can help us. So first of all, we'll start with a general questions, then we'll see what kind of response do we get from the ChatGPT, and then we'll move towards some of the specific queries. So first of all, let's ask our ChatGPT to give us a roadmap to learn Python for beginners. So let's write here, give me a roadmap to learn Python as a beginner, and let's see what kind of results we get. So here it has started to generate the response, and first of all it has started with the basic of programming, and it says before diving into Python it is essential to understand the basic programming. Then we have different other steps that we should follow, for example install Python, then we have learn the syntax, data structure. But if we see that for a beginner, this information is not useful because obviously a beginner doesn't know what syntax is, how to install Python, and what different IDEs we can use for Python. And then here we have data structure, which is kind of a professional level. So we'll ask ChatGPT to be more specific and give us everything in more detail. Or we can ask some specific questions as well. So first of all, I'll ask my ChatGPT that how can I download Python into my system. So I'll ask here how to download and install Python in Windows. Let's go for Windows 10. Let's hit enter. So here it has given the steps. First of all, it is asking us to go to the official website of Python, and then from there we can simply download the Python. So let's go there. I'll just click on it, and here it has opened a new page for me, and it is of the official website of Python. So from here, I simply have to just click on this button and we are ready to go for the download of our Python. So now it shows pretty specific results and we can follow all these steps very easily. After the download is complete, we can simply install it without any problem. We just have to follow the steps that are given to us on the screen. So we are done with the download and installation of Python. Now comes the second part, which is the selection of IDEs. Because there are several IDEs available that you can use to practice your Python programming. So let's ask our ChatGPT to give us some of the suggestions. So this time I'll write here, please give me some suggestions in terms of IDEs that I can use for Python, and let's see what do we get. So here it is giving us some of the popular IDEs that we can use. And remind you, IDE stand for Integrated Development Environment. So here we have PyCharm, then we have Visual Studio Code, Spider, Jupyter Notebook, we also have Google Colab, and let's see what do we get other than that. And this is the IDLE. So if you install Python in your Windows 10, IDLE comes along with it by default. So even if you do not install any IDE, you can use IDLE and you are good to go. So we are done, and for the sake of this video, I'm using Visual Studio Code. This is my Visual Studio Code and it is ready to be used. So we are done with the IDEs, with the download and installation. Now let's ask our ChatGPT to give us a roadmap to learn Python on the daily basis, and I want to learn Python in 4 weeks. So let's ask a new query. This time I'll write here, please give me a roadmap to learn Python as beginner in 4 weeks and give me daily basis plan along with the resources. And what it will do this time, it will tell you that what resources do you require to learn Python on daily basis so that you can complete the learning process for Python in 4 weeks. So basically it has started with the week 1, and for the day 1 it is telling us that we should go for this thing, and for day 2 and day 3 It is telling us that we should go for the download and installation of Python. Then for day 4 and 5, we have syntax learning. Then for day 6 and 7, we have control structures. And if you remember, we asked for the resources as well. So basically here it is telling us different resources that we can follow in order to learn these things that are there on the daily basis. So let's say you do not know how to download and install Python. Here is the resource. Just click on this link and it will open an article for you and you can follow these steps and you are ready to go. Now just scroll down and you can see that we have a complete plan for 4 weeks on day-to-day basis. Now let's say you do not want to go for different blogs or different articles. You want to have different videos. So why not ask our ChatGPT? So this time I'll ask my ChatGPT, please suggest me some YouTube videos for daily basis. And let's see what do we get this time. Now it will give me the roadmap on daily basis, but in terms of the resources, we'll get YouTube videos. And as you can see, we have different recommendations for the YouTube video for daily to daily basis. For the day 1, here we have 1, then for day 2 and 3, this is the recommendation, then day 4 and 5, and up to so on. So what it will do, it will give you the YouTube resources for your 4-week learning process. Okay, we are done with everything, and this is how we can get the roadmap, or you can say we can get the help from the ChatGPT in terms of learning Python as beginners. Now let's say we have resources, we have roadmap, and we have daily to daily exercises that we should do. But now let's say now you want to have some help from ChatGPT in terms of the code. Because let's say you were coding something and there was some error, or there is something that you do not understand from videos or blogs and articles. You can ask your ChatGPT for that as well. So this time I'll write here, please explain loops for me and give me some examples as well. So what ChatGPT will do, ChatGPT will explain loop to you, and along with that, it will also give you some of the coding examples. For example, here it is defining, we have a list, then it is using for loop to access the content of this particular list. So let's copy this code, and this time I'll simply use this code into my Visual Studio Code, and let's try to run this one. So I'll just copy this one, and here I'll simply paste my code. Now I'll save this and let's try to run this. And here if you see, our code is working pretty fine. So this is how ChatGPT can help you with the code as well. Now let's go back. And here if you see, here not only it is defining the for loop, it is also defining us the while loop. So let's copy this one this time. I'll just paste the code, let's save this one and let's try to run it and let's see what do we get. So it is working as well. There is a concept in Python that is called as nested loop. So let's ask our ChatGPT about that. So I'll write here, what is nested loop, and give me an example. Let's see what do we get this time. So here it has started to define what nested loops are. Basically, nested loop means loop inside a loop. And here we are getting the same response from the ChatGPT. And after that, it will give us an example in terms of the code. So we'll try to use that code into our Visual Studio Code, and we'll see if the code that is given to us from the ChatGPT is right or wrong. So let's wait for the response to get complete, and then we'll copy this code. So here it is done with the code. Now we can simply copy this code and we should get this particular output in our Visual Studio Code. So let's try to run this one. I'll simply paste the code in here. Let's save our file and let's try to run this one. And here if you see, the code is working pretty fine and we do not have any problem in here. So this is one of the other way that you can use ChatGPT in terms of learning your programming languages. Okay, there is another code and it is basically a calculator. Let's try to make some mistake in this code and let's ask our ChatGPT and let's see if ChatGPT can find out the problem in that. So first of all, what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove one equal sign from here. And let's copy this code. Let's go to our ChatGPT and I'll simply paste the code in here and I'll ask my ChatGPT to find out the problem. So I'll write here, what is the problem in above mentioned code, and let's see if ChatGPT is smart enough to find out the problem. And ChatGPT is indicating the same problem that we made in our code, and that was we removed an equal sign. And here exactly it is saying that the line if operator uses a single equal sign. So it is smart enough to find out an exact problem in your code as well. So not only you can use ChatGPT to get assistance in terms of learning different codes, you can also use it to find out different problems in your already present code. So how cool and how smart it is. So that was all about how you can use ChatGPT to learn Python as beginners. Now let's talk about that you are a data scientist or you want to become one. How can you use ChatGPT for that? So first of all, I'll ask my ChatGPT to give me a roadmap to become a data scientist and how we can learn Python in terms of becoming data scientist. So I'll write here, please give me a roadmap to become data scientist using Python and give me the roadmap for 3 months on weekly basis. And let's see what do we get this time. So first of all, it is recommending us to learn the basic Python programming language because obviously we need that. Then for the third and second week, we should go for data analysis with Python. Then here we have the response for week 5 and 6. And then here, this is what we should learn in week 7 and 8 and up to so on. Okay, this time I'll ask my ChatGPT to recommend me some of the libraries, or you can say some of the packages that we should go through in terms of becoming data scientists, or you can say in terms of becoming expert of machine learning and deep learning, because there are some prominent packages, or you can say libraries out there that you must know in order to become data scientist, machine learning expert or deep learning expert, etc. So I'll ask my ChatGPT, please suggest me some prominent libraries of data sciences in Python and give me the code to install them, and let's see what do we get. And here I have made a spelling mistake, and do not worry because ChatGPT is smart enough, so do not worry about the spelling mistakes. So here it is telling us first of all that we should go for the NumPy, which is a library that you will use for computing your numbers, your files, your data. And pip gets used to install all of the libraries in your Python programming language. So you will see pip with every command. Then comes the pandas. Pandas gets used for the data manipulation and data analysis. After that we get matplotlib. Matplotlib gets used for the data analysis, or you can say data visualization. With the help of this particular library, you can make different graphs, different charts for your data. Then we have Seaborn. It is also a library that gets used along with matplotlib to draw different graphs, different visualization for your data. Then comes scikit-learn. This is a library that you will be using for your machine learning. Then comes the TensorFlow. Well, TensorFlow is a very prominent Python programming language library that gets used for the deep learning processes and deep learning projects. Then comes Keras. Again, it's a very high level neural network API that is available in Python. After that, we have some natural language processing libraries. Then we have Torch, Stats Model, and there will be many more. So basically, it is giving us the exact answer that we were looking for from the ChatGPT. Now, let's ask our ChatGPT for the code. Why not? This time, I'll ask my ChatGPT to give me a code as an example that how we can use matplotlib. So I'll write here, please give me an example code for matplotlib, and you can use any online available dataset. And let's see what do we get as a response. Okay, it is going to use Iris dataset. Iris dataset is like a hello world program that you run in any programming language. So for data sciences, machine learning or deep learning, Iris is like hello world. So you will be seeing this particular dataset a lot when you will go through the journey of learning Python for your data sciences. So here we have an example. I'll just simply copy this code. And this code will not run into my Visual Studio Code, because to run your data sciences code, you have to install all the needed libraries. For example, as this time we are going to use pyplot, pandas, and matplotlib, we have to install all of them. So either I can install all of them into my Visual Studio Code, or I can use Jupyter Notebook or Google Colab. I would recommend you to use Google Colab or Jupyter Notebook whenever you are going to use Python programming language for the data sciences, machine learning or deep learning projects. So here I have my Google Colab. I'll simply paste the code in here and let's try to run this one. To learn this code, you just need to press Shift Enter and your code will run, and as you can see, it is running at the moment. So let's wait for it. And here we have the output, and it shows that our code is working pretty fine, and the code that we got from our ChatGPT is correct one. So you can see that up to how much extent ChatGPT is there to help you out, no matter if it is a roadmap, no matter if it's about resources, it's about code or finding problems in your code. And not only that, it has also taken the dataset online and it has given you the code that how you can use different libraries of data sciences in Python programming language. So you can see that ChatGPT has made the learning very easy, that you just need to press some keystroke and you can get anything out of ChatGPT, as we have seen in this video. And that brings me to the end of this particular video. Now I hope that you have an idea that how you can use ChatGPT in terms of learning Python. No matter if you are a beginner or you want to use Python for data sciences, or you want to create different APIs, or you want to learn different scripting, no matter what, ChatGPT is there for you. If that is the case, do leave a like, subscribe and press the bell icon. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Till the next video, take care.